We're back. T.A. Mahoney, Tales from the Dark Side. We're going to be rolling with some good stuff coming up this year. I've been planning on a lot of stuff. I brought my buddy Captain Tommy Laronge in to let you know what he's going to be up to for the 2021, and we got a lot of fun stuff coming up. One thing I hate is planning something. You know, I like to be able to go, hey, let's go tomorrow. Weather looks good, and everybody go tomorrow, you know. But sometimes you can't really do that. And we've been doing some video and the podcast. Seems like it's going great. Seems like people are really enjoying it. Just letting you know the people I deal with, the people I fish and hunt with. And I've had a great time doing it. A great response out there. So we really appreciate it at T.A. Mahoney. Also, we're going to do some videos. Some of the stuff I do, you know, alligators and, you know, fishing, some like the loop tournament, snook fishing. Don't do a lot of bass fishing, but I have a feeling this year I'm going to do a little bit of that. It's going out with my friends and enjoying things. And we've done one show already, and they're not out yet. They'll probably be out hopefully within the next month. We're going to do like a TV show type thing. It's going to be on the internet. It's going to be pretty awesome. And, of course, Tommy, my buddy here, I brought in tonight, he's going to be one of them. We just got back from Alabama. So how was your deer hunting in Alabama? You were on here before, and you snitched me out about what? Shooting?
About that Boone and Crockett nubbin buck you shot.
I tried to get out the gate, and my buddies weren't having it. You know, we were killing a bunch of deer and having a good
That's
time.
what friends are for. They're there to help you and assist.
That's right.
You were trying to get out of there without any help and assist. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah, I didn't need no help, and it brought caution, so they came back and checked it out. And, of course, I wasn't going to lie about it, but I wasn't going to really tell them if they didn't ask me either. But that was the last time you were on. Let's talk about Alabama. How'd you do in Alabama? What'd you see? How much time did you spend there?
Well, spent, I think, 7 days up there at camp, and the amount of deer is unbelievable. I mean, with the way we're managing the property up there and what we're doing, I mean, I don't think there was ever a time I didn't sit and not see, you know, at least a couple deer. I mean, it was absolutely, this year is probably one of the most amazing years for sea animals.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a ton up there.
A ton of them. I mean, my buddy Heath came up. He saw 23 deer in between a morning and an afternoon sit.
Right.
You know, I mean,
it's kind of nice.
It's really nice, absolutely. You know, so it shows that the work we're doing pays off.
Happens when you don't shoot everyone that comes out.
Exactly. Oh, look, a buck.
Yeah.
No.
It was the biggest thing I've ever
seen.
Oh, well. And then Eddie, how about Eddie this year? He shoots a small
God.
buck, and old Tulu Red comes out with, it's a trophy to me.
Yeah.
I said, so what? So what if it's a trophy to you?
Shoots a 150-inch deer and then shoots a 109-inch deer.
Yeah.
And
big
it's a trophy.
difference.
Yeah.
So what'd you get?
So, well, I harvested two does.
Yep.
And my buddy shot his first buck, little 8-point. So, just being selective, you know, it's fun bow hunting, you know.
Yeah.
So, I don't
saw a ton, just didn't
saw
shoot a
a
lot.
gazillion. I mean, actually, I saw a real nice 7-point that one of your guests actually ended up shooting. I saw him 4 times.
Yeah.
You know, I saw that deer come out, and I was like, wow, look at him, beautiful deer. Just
my guys are
not what you know, not what I want.
yeah,
you
they're
know?
kind of a special crew.
Oh, special K, yeah, special. I love those
Yeah.
guys though, honestly.
Yeah,
But
they eat. We definitely have something to eat every night.
I'm gonna tell you what,
Big guys like to eat.
and they're not. And just say, if you ever see a skinny chef, you need to be scared.
Yeah.
Because between
just started.
Jeff and Matt, yeah, we had more food up there you can shake a stick at. But you know, honestly, Alabama was a great year. You know, I shot a real nice deer in Tennessee. I harvested a doe in Tennessee, and then also Alabama. But I mean, this year, honestly, because of what we've been doing with our management over there, really is amazing to sit and just see that many young bucks, caliber of bucks, and that many deer. You know, I mean, it's
Anything
a reward.
Anything funny happened while you were there?
Oh no, not at all. Nothing.
Tell us about maybe some shenanigans that
Oh.
went on. You got to be on guard up there at the hunting camp, that's for sure.
Yeah, you have to be on guard.
Never a dull moment. And if you ever show that you're mad,
That's the worst thing to do. Do
you're
not
a
show
target.
weakness. Don't show weakness.
Two lure
Don't
head.
show temper.
As soon as you get him mad, he's backpedaling.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what to say. Easily chewed on.
Yeah. Stuttering, bumbles, fumbles,
Yeah.
doesn't know what to say, what to do, gets frustrated, flustered, and I laugh. I just think it's funny.
Now Tommy measures the deer, the size of the horns, names them, pets them, but never shoots them. What's up
No.
with that?
Well, I mean, look around your shop, Mike.
Yeah,
If I'm gonna shoot it, it's going on my wall.
it's got to be bigger. Than
It's
something
got to
I
be
shot,
bigger.
Huh?
It's well, I don't know about that. You've shot some big deer, but
Wasn't
come on.
hard this year to beat me.
Yeah, it was not hard this. Well, I know.
I
well,
made some mistakes.
yeah, a couple.
Georgia and Alabama. Holy
I'm
cow.
not 3. I think I'm not counting, but yeah,
3 in both, or
no 3 just in Alabama.
let's go.
You shot the Big 10 point that I saw.
Oh, that's the one that got away.
Yeah,
And then I shot another one that got away.
the Big
didn't I?
6. The Big
Ooh,
6 got
Big
away.
6 got away.
Yeah.
Drew blood. And then, of course, I'm lucky I didn't tell you about all of them.
Well, I got to tell you,
I'm sure you missed one and didn't talk about it because you'd hear shots come from
I
his.
did. I missed a hog, and I will give you that. I missed
Yeah,
a
but
hog.
you text him,
but-
did you shoot? No, I didn't shoot it.
No,
it was
it
on
wasn't
the
me.
other side.
Yep.
On the other side of the property line. That's what you
And
get
that's-
out of him.
yeah, well, yeah,
Big
because-
dodgeball, we call that. Flim
Look,
flam. That's flim flam.
No, I was sitting. I was sitting with Misty, and a big hog came out, and boom, she shoots. She misses him. He stops. He just stands there, and then she shoots again and misses again. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Was I there?
And I was there, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. And I was sitting with her, and then the hog took off running, and he went around and he stopped on the other side of the field. Not given, it's 250, 300 yards. It's a long shot for her. And she shot again and she missed. And Mike's like, oh, you shoot? I'm like, no, wasn't me. I'm not going to tell you she shot 3 times and missed at a hog.
Holy
yeah, I
cow,
know,
now
because the
truth
chewing would
comes
never
out.
stop.
This is Misty Wells, Take It Outside, right?
Yep,
yeah.
that's my wife.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got lost,
Yep.
missed hogs.
Yeah.
She better keep it inside.
Yeah, she
That'll
needs
be-
to.
Keep it inside.
We need street lights out there in the woods so she can find her way home.
Yeah, no doubt. There is a difference out there, and I'll admit it, that summertime to wintertime's 2 different things when you go in the bush.
You know, it's actually, it is funny, and people don't realize that because we're used to going up in the winter when everything's dead and brown and you can see through the woods. You go there in the summer, and it really is like Jurassic Park. It's like
Oh, yeah.
Avatar. Everything is so big and green and grown up. And I was 100 yards from her with my truck with the high beams on and yelling, and I could barely hear her
Yeah, other
through the
side
woods.
of the hill.
Yeah.
And the woods, they block
Yeah, it was
all
unbelievable.
that stuff. Yeah.
So, but hey, she learned a valuable lesson.
Yes, she did.
Keep your phone charged before you go in the woods, because when you only got 5% and your only call is Mike Mahoney, you're
Ooh.
debating on. She was wanting to
was a
stay in the
tough one.
woods. She's
That-
like, I got a gun, I got an MRE, and I got a blanket. I think I'd rather sit
I
here than
could
call
survive.
Mahoney. Yeah,
She called me at home, and I got her help. I told her the best thing you could do. What I tell her, stay where you're at.
Yeah, that's what she did. She
Don't
knew
move.
as soon as she was lost,
Yeah.
she stopped.
Losing power, I knew y'all'd find them. It was 100 acres, if that,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, it was a small piece on the backside, but still, when it's grown up,
You wouldn't want to
It's-
walk up on a pig in the middle of the night there,
No, you would
dark,
not.
and poke him in the side with your foot and
No.
not know he's there.
nope, he'd flip you all around upside down.
Yeah, that was a good time.
But
We
no, it
had
was a good season.
Yeah, we had a great time up there. Young kids. Lake, he killed a real nice one. Big mature 7-point. Just wasn't, didn't bother me any. I enjoyed it. I was up there with my family. I was up there with my friends. I had a great time. No fish cops. It was great.
Yeah, it was.
And now we get
was.
into fishing.
Ooh.
Man, what's it going to be like this year? You've started, and we're going to talk about this in both segments. You've kind of joined with a friend of ours, Brian Strickland,
Yep.
and you're part of a company now. So if somebody wants to charter you, I know before all the talk and me and you fishing quite a bit, has always been on because we're friends, and you've always been
Right.
working for other people. But now
Right.
you got a couple boats you're taking people out in. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. So it's through the years. I got out of the charter industry because I run big sport fish boats and do the marlin and tuna fishing. But I partnered up with Brian Strickland down here in Clearwater Beach, who him and I met you through him 20 something
Oh, yeah.
years ago. I mean, when he used to work here and I used to work here actually.
Right.
I think for like a week or something.
Yeah, you made
That-
it. Tommy, I think, worked maybe a week, and that's not 7 days.
Yeah, that's
It
a
was
Monday through
maybe-
Friday.
Well, it was probably 4.5. It was
Something.
my tummy hurt or
Yeah.
something. Typical 18-year-old, right? How old were you? 18 or
Oh
20?
God, I was probably 20, little lower 20s, either way. But anyways, Brian and I've been friends forever, and through him, and he had a charter business now. He bought into in Clearwater Beach, and I decided that what I wanted to invest in that too, because I get a lot of people, and you get a lot of people. Hey, who's Tommy? Can I fish with him? And this, that, the other, and I've never been able to really. Not that I haven't been able, but when I sold my Sabalo and got rid of the commercial fishing industry and quit charter fishing and stuff, I kind of missed that. So long story short, I got into Legendary Adventures down there in Clearwater Beach with Brian Strickland. We have a 43 Torres with a full cabin, bunks, AC. Oh yeah,
That's the
AC,
big
the
thing,
whole
air
9 yards.
conditioning.
Yep, absolutely. Now it's not as fast. It's an 18-knot cruise boat, but it is a boat definitely if you want to book a 36-hour trip or a 2-day trip and go out to the steps, and you want to go do the true blue water fishing, which we do have off this coast, we can do that. We can also do it in the yellowfin. You just got to be a little more seasoned veteran, a little more hardened to get in a 36 yellowfin and run offshore, 150 miles. It's
both of them have their pluses and minuses.
100%.
I can tell you this: I fished the loop with you. We were out there 140 miles catching all kinds of fish. I've caught blue marlin, white marlin, wahoos, all kinds of stuff right out here off the west coast with Tommy. And when we came in, it was 50-mile-an-hour winds. It was 6 to 8
It was
footers solid, I would say. I
cranking.
mean, just
Yeah.
it wasn't good.
Uh-uh.
And that's when you realize you're happy you're in a sport fish versus
A center console.
center console. That's
Yep.
right. It just battled right through it. So I would suggest, my opinion, go a little slower, air conditioning,
Yep.
enjoy your trip, get a few guys together, and Tommy's open for that. What's the name of the company
Yeah,
again?
absolutely. It's Legendary Adventures, and we're at Clearwater Beach. We're right there in the.
And how do they get a
corner
hold
slip.
of you if they want to book a trip?
Just go to Legendary Adventures LLC, and as soon as you do, you pop it up. The website pops up. Click on Book a Trip, and then you got both boats to choose from. We just put brand new 2019 300 Mercuries on the 36 Yellowfin. So we don't even have 150 hours on them right now. And the Torres
That's a nice
is.
boat.
Yeah, and the Torres is really nice too. It's a big, wide platform. It's 2 refrigerators and everything. That's meant for like an overnight trip and whatnot. But
Yeah.
when you book a trip, both boats pop up, and you pick which boat you want to go on, and then you just pick
Now, are
the
you
4 hours as a minimum, and then we go as far as
And you
2
can
days.
request having you run the boat.
Yep. And if you go on there and you say, hey, you know what, I do want to go fishing with Tommy Laronge. There's a little thing down there. It says notes or whatever. You just put on there requesting Captain Tommy Laronge. And when it goes through, they tell me, hey, you got some clients requested you.
Good deal.
So,
Well, that ought to be good for those people out there, and I'm going to send you everybody that asked me about it. If you've looked at some of my social media over the last 4 or 5 years, Tommy's been on the boat with me. If he wasn't on the boat, I was fishing one of his spots most likely. But some of the trips in Louisiana, of course, I brought you on, and we fished with some other
Absolutely.
guys up there. But I've had a blast over the years and a really good time fishing, and now you're available most any time.
Yep.
Unless you're tied up. Get those seasons booked now. Do we even know what
Yeah.
red snapper's going to be?
it's
know
looking like we're
dates?
going to have another 40-day, 45-day. It looks like it's going to open June 11th again.
Okay.
So, which would be a good time because then everything pretty much in the Gulf of Mexico except for amber stupids are open. Or I'm sorry, amberjacks. That's just a fill a box 40 days right there. You
Yeah.
got red snapper, red grouper, gag grouper, mangrove snapper, yellowtails. You have everything pretty much you can catch in
Crazy.
the Gulf.
We got 40 days to catch the fish we want to catch. Of course, Gag's open all the way to
Yeah, they're open until
first of
December
the year.
31st.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll be good. So anybody out there want to get a hold of Tommy and do some of this fishing? It ought to be getting good right now. Where are we at right now?
It's real good right now.
As far as the red grouper,
Yep.
inside 120, is that what it is?
Not right now that I know of. No, not yet.
Yeah.
I'll check on that because I'm not sure, but I know I'll find out because I'm fishing tomorrow. I'm fishing the next 2 days. So
Where are you headed?
I'm going up to the grounds because even if it is inside 120, the middle grounds, that 120 fathom curve goes to the middle grounds and goes on the outside, on the west side of it. So
Right.
I can run to the middle grounds. And the reason, everybody's like, oh, you go up there. Well, I go up there because I can fill a box in 3 or 4 stops.
Yeah, lots of mangoes.
Big mangoes, yeah. I mean, look at that trip we had two weeks ago. We ran out. It took us longer to get there and get back than it did to catch our limit. We had 50 mangoes. We had a 27.5 incher. It was about 15 pounds. And
Nice
we had
one.
our 10 red grouper. On top of that, we caught, I don't know, 7 or 8 gags and probably 10 or 15 Americans.
That's
so
awesome.
in 2 stops.
And that's happening now. You think this
now.
this front has done anything to them, or?
Well, that's a good thing because when the weather's nice too long, Mike, is what through the years of my commercial fishing and charter fishing, when the weather's nice too long, the fish get lackadaisical and they go out and they play and they get in the sand and they do all this, and they kind of really spread out.
Yep.
When you got a front, then it's nice, and you got another front, and it's nice, it's another front. They want to hold their structure. And they're looking for those big ledges. They're looking for them peaks. They're looking for the hard bottom in the rock. And they'll come together because the weather hasn't been nice for so long. So, yeah, my predictions for, even though we got a full moon in a couple of days, my predictions for my next 2 days of fishing are probably going to be phenomenal because we just had a front come through yesterday. Flat calm today, flat calm tomorrow. Sunday it's going to start blowing again. So I think in those 2 days, I think we're going to do really well.
One of the things I picked up that, I really like it when we get a 25-mile-an-hour wind. And everybody's whining about the fish, and all I can think of is what day or the day after. Usually we wait a couple days because of the swell.
If it's really cranking,
yeah,
we wait about 2 or 3 days.
But, man, are they ganged up when you go back out there on that first calm day. And usually what happens is it's on a weekend it blows. So all the weekend warriors, your buddies, can't go fishing, and then come Tuesday, it's flat calm, and we're going, oh, yeah, that's when we're going. We end up whacking them. But we
do end up whacking. What happens when you lose one, Mike? Let's talk about that.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to talk about that probably in the next segment. I think we've about carried this one on because you put on a show. It depends.
No, not me.
I'm going to answer that question, and we'll explain it after the next segment.
All right.
But the answer to the question is what happens when you lose one? It depends on if you're Tommy or somebody else. That's the different reaction you get.
That's it.
That's a perfect time to take a break. I appreciate you coming out tonight, Tommy.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk fishing. We're still going to talk about your charter business and our up-and-coming trip. We're headed to the Keys.
Good trip coming up.
Probably about 30 days we're going to be there.
Ooh, it's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good show.
Stay tuned. We'll be back. We're back. T.A. Mahoney, Tales from the Dark Side. I got my weirdo buddy, Tommy Laronge, never a dull moment. Captain Tommy Laronge.
I was going to clap too. Is that?
Yeah, that don't.
No.
We don't need your help clapping.
Okay.
Nobody even saw that but you.
I know.
Imagine that. Goofball. Let's get right into it.
Let's
the
do it.
missing fish. You want to talk about
Meat and
drama?
taters right here.
Drama boy. I call him all kinds of names. Spider monkey, drama boy, pelican foot. He does it all. But if you're on his boat and you miss a fish, it's the end of the world. If he misses the fish, act of God. Nobody could have caught that fish. The leader broke.
Pretty much.
Why is it like that? Why the drama? Why can't it just be fun?
No, it is fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, we have a lot of fun. It's just that, you and I both have seen it, and it has happened to both of us.
Kick them when they're down.
Absolutely.
That's what I've seen you do.
Rod gets jerked to the rail, 6-aught, 100-pound test, ripping out of the reel, and over there can't even get a crank. The fish is pointed at the water, all gimped up, can't do nothing. Grown man, lift the rod, turn the handle,
You
can't do
listening to
anything.
this?
It's unbelievable. I'm like, grown
What about-
old man can't
what
turn a
about-
30-pound, 40-pound gag.
What-
Get treated badly.
What happens when you do it? When you get taken to school?
It was a
It
bad.
was
It was
an
a
80
big
pounder.
fish.
It was
a
an
big one.
80 pounder.
Absolutely.
That's why I didn't catch it.
That's right. 100%.
Whole different ball
Oh,
game.
commercial dog here. I could turn a mean fish. When it happens to me, it was a real one. When it happens
then-
to you guys, it's a little like 15, 18 pounder. Treats you bad.
What I've learned from you is that when you miss a fish, if you throw the rod down and kick and act like a little baby, nobody will say anything to you. Is that right?
Yeah.
Like you're feeling
absolutely.
like nobody wants to be around you. They're like, oh,
They give
he's-
you
he's
room. Have you
upset.
ever noticed when that happens, they just
Does that happen
they
on my
fan out.
boat, or do we start talking?
no? Oh,
It's time to poke.
absolutely.
If you get a little drama on my boat, you are getting poked.
Oh, absolutely.
Lip
100%.
stuck out.
Lip stuck
I haven't
out.
caught nothing yet. Oh, you are
Folding
in
the
for it.
arms.
We've seen it
Oh,
all, haven't
oh,
we?
boy.
You had a mate one time.
Oh, my God.
We won't say his name. He
No.
probably ain't gonna listen to this, but
No.
boy, he pouted.
I'm telling you.
You yelled at him, and he went and sat down. And sometimes on a boat, you got to realize there's going to be some yelling. You just can't be thin-skinned about it. You got to realize whoever's yelling at you, there's a reason, and it's going to help everybody.
But it helps everybody.
Unless
And
you're sensitive, then you can't yell, and you got to walk on eggshells. And apparently, you had a mate that was like that. He sat down, crossed his arms, stuck his lip out,
and actually did.
and
like,
all of us went, "Well."
he, like pouty face, like
do
the
we got
real,
here?
the real pouty face.
Now
Oh,
we're-
that was the worst thing. He
We were
did.
140 miles offshore, and he had nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to
He
go.
had to deal with us. That was special.
It was relentless. Don't throw a fit on the boat. But at the same time, it was your boat, right?
Yeah.
But when I get on the boat,
You take the wheel.
I take the wheel.
Captain.
Hey, Mike.
I do whatever.
You've said it 100 times. If Tommy tells me to drop this down, do this, and stand on one leg, well, I'm going to drop this down and I'm going to stand on one
There's
leg.
a reason
There's
for
a
it.
reason he's telling
Yeah,
me to do
Because
it.
he's catching them, and I'm not, so I'm
Well-
going to listen to him.
Well, you got a kid who works for me. I'm trying to make him a protege and try to teach him what I do.
Didn't work.
Oh, we won't get into that. That's about 4 or 5 segments. Anyways,
He got a
He-
name, too.
oh, you did.
Below Deck. We can't
We'll stick
mention
with
his
Below
name.
Deck. We can't mention his
His
name
name
or his other
was
name.
after Below Deck, like Below Deck Tommy, but it wasn't Tommy. So we called him Below Deck because that TV show, they all dress fancy, you know, they're on their yachts.
Oh yeah, and the penny loaf, the Sperry's, the penny
Yeah,
loafers.
Sperry's, and that's
Yep,
special.
shirt tucked in and all that.
No offense, we're just laughing.
uh-uh.
We're laughing with you, not at you,
Not
buddy.
at you.
Unreal.
Yeah, but you know what? I tell you what, though. I mean, he's a good kid, you know. But just sometimes, you know, when
You
you've
learn.
been there and you've done that, I've been in the position to lose fish, and I know why I lose the fish at the boat wiring a sailfish. We let him wire a sailfish that day, or 2. I think we caught 2 sailfish or something. We let
Yep.
him wire a sailfish that day.
Didn't work
And-
out too good.
And I get, you know, when I yell at you or I tell you something, it's for a reason because I've been in your position. I've
No, the
fouled
day
it
you
and
yelled
lost it. And there's a reason I'm telling you not to do it that way. Do it this way. But, you know,
It was the other time you yelled at him when you said, put this certain bait all the way back, and he didn't think we needed that.
oh, my
That didn't work. That didn't work too good for him.
Let me tell you this, you know,
If the
and
captain
let me tell
tells
you,
you to send the bait out a mile, send
Here.
it a mile.
we got, want me to give a short explanation of that day?
Yeah. No, but you can't. I don't want to offend nobody.
No, we're not going to
Mr.
offend nobody, but here's the deal. When you're offshore fishing and I'm in the tower of a giant sport fish and I see 100-pound yellowfin tunas jumping in front of me all over the place, and I yell down from the tower and I go, hey, put the 4-inch squids on and sunset them. There's 100-pound tunas up here jumping.
I saw him.
I turn around and drive the boat.
That was
I'm
Gulf
thinking-
of Mexico, right out of here.
Right
people.
out of St. Pete here, okay?
120, 140 miles.
We're trolling, and I'm watching them, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is awesome. We're fixing to catch a big old yellowfin because another buddy of mine who's a phenomenal tuna fisherman taught me that. Little bitty 4-inch squids, 2-ounce sinker in the
Far
head.
back as you can.
As far as you can. When you think it's far enough back, let it go for another 15 seconds. I mean, dump it. Well, guess what happens? The tunas are jumping next to us. both sides of us? And I'm like, oh, yeah, and they're still jumping up there. And I look back, and somebody's just sitting in the corner of the transom like this, looking back, watching the rods. And I look back, and I see the marlin lures and all the spreads, and I just look down, and I yelled, hey, what the heck? And he's like, he puts his hands up. He goes, what? And I go, I told you to put the 4-inch squids on. Now I've got yellowfin tuna jumping behind the boat.
Yeah.
And they're not going to eat our marlin lures that are right in our spread because, when you drive on tuna, they go down. And they wait for you to go way by, and then they come back up. Well, where the tuna were jumping is where my bait should have been, and they weren't. How
True
fast
story.
did I come out of that? Now, that's a 22-step ladder from the tower to the downside station, and 11 steps from the downside station to the back deck. How long did it take me to get down? How many steps did I hit, Mike?
We call him pelican foot, but he looked like a pelican. He came down head first and hit the deck. Came up with his head swallowing bait, looking for something to kill.
Hey.
That's what he's. But you know what? He'll take all that knowledge. All that knowledge. He's a great captain, great fisherman, West Coast Florida. And when we go up in the woods, he all of a sudden thinks he's Jim Shockey. He knows where the deer are.
I watch a lot of TV.
We've had stands for 20 years in these places, and Climber Boy wants to go. He's got climbers everywhere. Don't even know he's got so many climbers. We remind him about our climber he forgot about. Oh, he wants to go get it. Oh, no, can't go get it. We're hunting there. Don't go back there. Oh, he was itching.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to count the climbers. He takes them everywhere with him. Mr. Climber Boy. Going to shoot him with a bow.
Look, here's the deal. I got good at fishing from doing that, trial and error. And one day, Mike, I'm going to get good at hunting through trial and error.
Yeah, but you didn't get good by not listening.
No, that is true.
See, you don't want to listen to
100%.
me. I put people
100%.
on deer all the time, but his boy Bo. Oh, my boy Bo. Bo told me this. Bo told me that. Bo this, Bo that.
No.
I
not
think
hunting. Fishing?
No,
yeah.
fishing. He's
Bo.
Yeah, the man. He hunts too. He's a good guy. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Oh, yeah. No, Bo's cool.
Tommy don't get it too much. He likes dishing it out, but he likes being on that giving it side, not taking it side. But it happens.
It does happen, but I've learned through the years when I hang out with you that I really have to pre-think what I'm doing and what I'm going to do and even what I'm going to say sometimes.
It may bite
because
you.
Some days
it may get you.
I'll call him or I'll talk to him and then he is fire hot, and then I just got to shut it down. Okay. Oh, hey, I got to get this call, man. I'll call you later, buddy, because I already know. I know the mood he's in. I know the chewing's coming, and I got to be careful about what I say and what I do.
I'm always in a good mood.
Yeah.
I'm always in a good mood. Just some days I'm ready to chew.
Oh, man.
Y'all are my buddies. Who else do you chew on but your buddies?
But your buddies.
You can't go do it to just anybody. They wouldn't
be
real happy about that. No, they don't like that kind of stuff. You ask somebody how stupid they are for doing something that you don't know, you may get the answer you don't want.
That's right.
Your buddies, you can chew on them all the time.
Man.
You ain't got them.
I'll tell you what, the shenanigans at deer camp is absolutely.
We're going to get that on video. Next year, this year, 2021, we're going to have Cam up there. We're going to get some of the shenanigans. And the best thing about it, and the best thing about bringing my buddies in here and bringing different people that work with my business in here, there is no script. Nope. We're not. It's like a radio show. When we go in, when I do, radio with Mike Anderson, there is no script. There is no piece of paper that tells us what to do. We're on there entertaining. So if y'all are enjoying it, I'm definitely enjoying it.
Hey,
and
it's
I know
real.
these guys I got, let me tell you something. All my buddies that have been on here so far, I've had some good people on here, but I'm talking the ones that I fish and hunt with. Those kind of buddies, I'm not with them. You won't see me in public with them.
Yeah.
Even you. How often do we go somewhere?
When you call me and ask me when we can go fishing.
Yeah. Or are you going, or when we going, or where we're going. We meet up, we go fishing, we enjoy it, and we get back to land, we separate. Yeah. We could spend a year with each other fishing in a row, but as soon as we're on land, he's a weirdo. I'm not going to go out to dinner with this guy. Are you kidding me? Complainer. He's the one that's got to have the mayonnaise on the special side of the sandwich.
The guy who has to go to a restaurant and has cloth napkins.
Yeah. No, that's not me at all. I'm telling you, Tommy's all over the beach, Captain.
Yeah.
He's, what do we call you? Star chaser.
Star Chaser. That's not me. That's Misty.
You and Misty
Yep.
sitting over on the beach looking for
Yep.
somebody famous
Absolutely.
to sit and take a
No,
selfie
actually,
with.
they look for us. The
Do
tables
they?
have script.
Local.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Flow grown.
Flow-grown.
Local. That's right there.
There we go.
He's the man. Yeah, I call it selling charters. Everybody's
Yeah.
cleaning the boat, but Tommy, he's walking down on the dock showing everybody the fish.
Yeah. I earned that, by the way.
Yeah, you
Because when I was younger, guess who was cleaning the boat while the other captain was walking down the dock showing people the fish?
did. You still clean fish. You do pretty good. You had some
tell you
history with Knockman, right?
Yep.
Good.
Yep. Timmy Knockman. You know, and it's funny. You know,
people
it's
over
it's
there.
been a long time, but you know, you always wonder the background of a person. You know, of like a good fisherman or somebody. You know, like what happened to them, who inspired them, who did this to them, who did that to them. You know, I'll be honest with you. You know, Timmy Knockman was like my dad, because you know I grew up in foster care. I didn't have a dad or anything, but Timmy, I used to cut fish for him, and he taught me how to cut fish. And to this day, whenever people watch me fillet fish, blows their mind. They're just like, oh
Well,
my God.
When you cut
But-
for a fish house, you're paid on the yield.
The yield, that's right. I
So
was
it's
paid.
going to be a pretty good
And when I cut
yield.
1,500, 2,000 pounds of grouper a day,
Right.
my yield was good. But you know, Timmy started me out with the fishing thing. He actually had a 44-foot like center console style boat, and he gave me a book of numbers, Mike, and he took me fishing a couple times, and he gave me about, I don't know, 4 pages of numbers, and he said, here, I've taken you fishing, I showed you, here's my boat, go ahead and go figure it out, see if it's what you want to do. Well, it's what I wanted to do, and you know,
Well,
he
just
kind of
like-
created this monster, you know what I mean?
And I 100%, and you know the way I feel about it, I've said it 100 times, I feel like this industry, whether you're a fisherman or you work in the industry, you don't pick it. The best of the best don't pick it. It picks them.
yeah.
You know, and for a commercial guy, I can tell you right now, you fit the description. Irresponsible. Don't show up on time. There's nothing else you could be but a fishing guide.
Let me tell you something.
Now, you're a lot better now, but
If
I'm
there
just
is
saying,
a listener out there that knows me and can actually call or respond on your Facebook or this page or anything and say, I was late for a charter, I want to hear it. You're not a charter.
yeah.
I'm talking to paying guest.
Yeah. I was with Maston Stewart.
I've
and
stayed
you
at
got
I've
paid.
stayed at your house in Anna Maria Island. I've stayed at your house in Marina Island and have showed up late, and I was upstairs sleeping.
Yeah, well,
You know, it's
I'm
different
telling
when
ya,
you get paid.
Maston
No.
Stewart, you can comment on this. The last trip we went
No.
on, it was an 18-hour trip. I know you got paid. You know, you got jewelry and fish and rods and reels.
Jesus.
And he shows up late, and we bought him pizza.
They did. I'm not gonna
Hey,
lie.
remember this. Everything
I'm
we
not
talk.
gonna lie, but I'm just saying, like, I haven't been late for a charter for a guest. I haven't. Friends,
Okay.
your friend, Maston's
How
a
about
friend.
this one? I'm gonna name.
Couple of guys. Here we go.
Here's another one
Let's hear it.
that you've never been late for.
Oh,
I send my dad and the preacher over to Tommy's boat.
I wasn't late.
They were supposed to meet at the dock at 6 a.m. And my dad called, got the preacher, got the guys from church, the whole Sunday school class is going, I think. And I'd paid Tommy for that to get the fish for our customer appreciation day. So I pay him for a charter. My dad and all the church guys go for free. They didn't know, they had to work. And then most of the fish we filleted up in little chunks and had it here for the customer appreciation day, gave it away. So Tommy rolls in. He talking to him on the phone at 6:30. Yeah, run a little bit behind him at the fish house. Just caught 5,000 pounds. I was out there by myself. I'm dumping the 5,000. I'll be there in an hour. I got to fuel up. Y'all go eat breakfast and we'll roll. And he took them out. But you said you're never late.
Well, you know what? That is true. That was long when I was a commercial fisherman, a long time ago. So yeah, I had a charter permit. I did that. You're 100% right. But you know what? I got to tell you something. I don't think I ever told you the story about that day. You're gonna die. I took his dad and the whole church and everybody out. We went up. We made one stop. That's when you could keep 5 head of gag
Yeah.
grouper per person.
North, Tarpon.
I had 6 guys on the boat. We made one stop and we had 29 head of gags on the first stop.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, unreal. And we needed one gag for our limit. So I like, oh, I got another number a mile over here. So I pulled over that number, and I was like, okay, let's go over here. 2 guys drop down. Whoever catches the biggest fish will keep it, and we'll leave. Well, we pull over there. Boom. Guys drop down. One of the guys catches a nice big keeper, 26, 27-incher. Boom. Throw it in the boat. They want to go fishing. They want to catch some other stuff. I was like, yeah, okay, no problem. So I pulled up to a wreck on the way home. I was like, yeah, we'll catch some amberjacks. You know,
where these guys out? That's what the captain's thinking.
Well,
y'all want to catch some
you
more?
know me, I do not
We're
catch
going
amberjacks.
to the amberjack
Not
hole.
this guy. I hate fishing for amberjack and kingfish. But no, listen, this is awesome. I forgot to tell you about. I don't think I told you the story. We pull up to the wreck, and I spun the boat around, and I said, guys, we're going to fish 2 guys at a time because these big jacks will swim in circles and tangle us up, whatever, blah blah blah. So we pull up, and we drop down. Boom, 2 of the guys are hooked up. So we're drifting. I'm not anchoring. I'm just drifting. And I think your dad or one of the gentlemen says, hey, Cap, a big red boat over here is coming at us. And I look, and I said, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's, yeah, he's probably going to come over here and try to catch some amberjacks. No big deal. You know, whatever. And I knew the boat. I knew who he was. And we get our 2 fish up, and I pull back over, and he hails me on the radio. And I said, hey, listen, jacks are chewing. I'm drifting. I don't mind if you drift with me. Go ahead and, you know, set up drift. You can drift yours, catch yours. I'll pull them behind you, and we'll just kind of keep rotating. Sure. He says, yeah, man, no problem, Tommy. I appreciate that. He backed that boat up, and he spun it around. And when he spun it around, the back door opened. And 4 topless women came out of the back of that boat.
With the church people on
I had the
your
church
boat.
people on the
Thanks,
boat,
Tommy.
and I had the preacher or whoever's son there, the 15-year-old kid. And I'm like, the girls are like, hey, guys. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I look around and I'm like, guys, I am so sorry. This doesn't ever happen. We're out of here right now. I look over at the kid, and the kid's just like a jaw wide open. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no way. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So we're getting right out of here. And the one dude looked right at me. I can't remember which one it was. And he says, no, we're fine. It's a beautiful day and the fish are biting. And I was like, are you sure?
My dad.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, and I said, no. But I said, you sure? And the guy said, yeah, it's okay, no big deal. So I was like, oh, my gosh.
So if you want that to happen to you, jump on the boat with Tommy Two-Tone, and he'll put you on the mermaids.
Unbelievable. Of all the people to have something like that happen, you know, I got a church group on the boat and stuff, but that was a pretty funny day. It was a real good day.
You'll never forget that one. Well, I appreciate you coming out tonight, Tommy.
Absolutely.
We're going to wrap this up. I'm really looking forward to the trip at the end of the month.
Yep.
We're going to video it. We're going to bring it to you. We're going from Tampa all the way south to Key West, 2.5 days. And I hope what we get are a lot of pelagics, some bottom fish, yellowtails, and we'll bring it to you. We'll show you the video.
Yeah, we're gonna run out to about 500 foot of water before we even start. So we're gonna go to 500 foot. Then we're gonna start working our way to Key West. So it should be a real good trip.
Drop the nomads. No sponsor. Yeah. It's what we use.
That's right.
Till next time. We'll see you next time.